Hey guys, it's Will, it's Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. Welcome back to the channel. It's an exciting day. It's an exciting video. It's a video I wanted to make for like a week now. I just couldn't find the time. So if you're new here and you feel like subscribing, that'd be a huge help. Thank you so much. Give us the thumbs up. Give us a comment. Let me know what you think about this release that I'm going to be talking about, what releases you're excited about coming up in the future, what your favorite Blu-ray labels are, and all that fun stuff. Today we are talking about Vinegar Syndrome, who I don't think I've ever talked about on this channel before. I don't have any of their releases, but I know people who swear by them. I know they release a lot of great stuff. And so today we're going to be talking about New York Ninja, which is one of the most unique Blu-ray boutique label projects I think I've ever heard of, and something I'm really excited about for multiple reasons. And this is a November 2021 release from Vinegar Syndrome. I will put a link in the description of this video to where you can go and check this out, buy it, learn more information, and stuff like that. So New York Ninja is a film that was made originally but never finished in 1984, and it was directed by Joseph Liu, who is a Taiwanese actor and martial artist and filmmaker who came to the US to make this movie. It's like a ninja kind of martial arts action comedy. And so what happened was the movie was never finished because I think they ran out of money, and Vinegar Syndrome managed to buy the original camera negatives for this film. All the sound was gone. So what they had to do was do brand new 4K scans of all of the negatives and restore the image through like film restoration process. And then they had to create all of the audio and edit the footage to make a new movie out of the footage that they had, because I don't think the movie was quite ever finished. So I don't think they were following the original vision of the script. I think they had to make basically a movie from this footage. And so they enlisted a bunch of voice talents, including people of this channel will probably be really excited to hear. Cynthia Rothrock, hell yeah. I know that Linnea Quigley is also one of the voice actors who they used, who's like one of the great scream queens of all times and amazing 80s horror films and stuff in the 90s too. And so they recreated the entire audio. They did all of the like the sound effects, the Foley, like all that stuff, all of the dub. They did like a whole new dub for everything. They did a new script for everything. And the music is amazing. So I put a comment on Instagram recently. I was talking with, I believe, Arna Venema, and I was like, man, I'm like so hyped on the music that's in the trailer for this New York Ninja release. And one of the members of the band was like, hey, that's my band. And we're called Voyager 3. And like, we loved doing this project. We're hugely inspired by movie music. You should check us out. So I went to their Bandcamp. Literally, I've listened to nothing else this week. I'm obsessed with this band. Like I said, Voyager 3. There will be links in the description of this video to where you can go and check out their music. They take like classic kind of like 70s, 80s film score music as their jumping off point, but it's not just tribute. So I hear a lot of Carpenter in there and like those, you know, the scores for like the Italian horror films and stuff like that, but it's very proggy. And I hear like Yes and Rush, and I hear like maybe even like some Pink Floyd influence. And they remind me in some passages of the band Earthless. I don't know if people are familiar with them. That's a band I really love. They do like kind of instrumental psychedelic, like guitar heavy music with some prog influence. But King Crimson, I think, they cover a King Crimson song. So I would assume that King Crimson is an influence of theirs. And if you don't know, I love like heavy, spacey, psychedelic, proggy guitar music. Like I'm a huge, Smashing Pumpkins is my favorite band. And I know people kind of maybe know them more from the radio singles, but if you listen to their live material, if you listen to their longer songs, they do very proggy, very spacey, very psychedelic stuff. A huge fan of Hendrix, especially live Hendrix, and especially the later stuff from like the late, like 69, 70, like Band of Gypsies, that really like spaced out kind of stuff. I love Pink Floyd. So Led Zeppelin is another band I love, and you know, Led Zeppelin gets pretty spacey and proggy and psych, and so I'm blown away by this music, because it really is. It's like Carpenter synths, or like the Stranger Things score, or like those Italian horror films like Zombie and stuff like that, with those like analog synths that just have that such an incredible warm sound, but then with like really great original proggy instrumentation built around that. They're like a really, really good band. And like the two albums of theirs that I've been loving the most are War Mask and Doom Fortress. They put out, I think, 4 full-length records. They have those two. They have the New York Ninja Score, which is coming out, which you can buy on CD, and you can buy t-shirts and all that stuff. So the link for all this will be in the description. And then they have another one that's kind of sci-fi themed, another album, which I can't remember the title of, and I haven't listened to as much, but there's like a 9-minute song on there, like 7 or whatever. There's like a long song on there that's like really good. But I've just been obsessed with this band. It's like all I've been listening to. So this release is just really kind of blowing my mind, because you have this, I love film restoration. I love film preservation. I love these projects of like, you know, digging through these, like I love the Grindhouse films and like the earnestness of those films and the culture that they come from, and like that whole era in cinema, the 70s and then into the 80s with the Grindhouse circuit. Yeah, like the early, even like kind of throughout the 80s, and it's just such a cool project. So huge props to Vinegar Syndrome for doing that. It's a 2-disc set. It is region free, and so there's tons of bonus material on here about how they did the scan, how they found the footage. There's this, you know, there's 2 directors credited because someone had to direct their restoration of it. So you have interviews with that person talking about the restoration process and the re-editing and the dubbing, and like it's just this, it's like this amazing piece of film history. It's not just a movie that you can get and watch. It's something that allows you to kind of dive into how these processes work, how much these people love cinema who do this work, and kind of like the history and continuity of films and the culture of people who love them. So it's Vinegar Syndrome, it's New York Ninja, the band that I was going crazy about, Voyager 3. All the links will be in the description of the video. My name is Will. It's Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. I thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you next time.